I've always been interested in the concept of the afterlife, a place where souls of those who passed away come to rest. And I appreciate films or shows that try to tackle that concept and give their ideas on it. Angel Beats sort of does that in a unique way. I say sort of because as we come to learn further into the show that the world they reside in feels more of a limbo than an actual resting place. The show's themes come off as harmless to the viewer but leaves you rather sentimental after the whole experience. Hello everyone and welcome to a short review of mine. A review of a show I recently finished, part of a marathon of other shows from a specific person in preparation for his latest work. This is my review for Angel Beats. Our main character wakes up in the middle of a school campus with no recollection of his memories or the hows and whys of him being there. To add to the confusion, next to him he sees a girl in a school uniform holding a sniper rifle. Naturally, he asks for some clues on the current situation he's woken up to. The girl explains that he's dead. In fact, all of them are dead, and they're trying to kill another student that wears the same uniform and is labeled as the Angel. Of course, he doesn't buy it. Composed but still confused, our main character approaches this angel hoping to find a more serious answer as to what's going on and to try to emphasize the whole "you're dead" situation. Asking for some proof whether he's really dead or not, our main character gets stabbed to death. But he doesn't actually die because wouldn't you know it, he's already dead. So he wasn't really killed, instead he was beaten by the angel, and thus... I'm kidding, that's not the reason for the show's title, but it can be. The world of Angel Beats is sort of a purgatory high school where initially we didn't really know the purpose of its being there. This world has its own rules explained to us by one of the characters. One is that you can live in this world, but you can't live a life as a normal student because you'll disappear. Another is that they have to beat the angel because... I don't know. And you might be thinking that those rules seem pretty vague, and well, you're right, they are. But like every story, the more it progresses, the more answers it unfolds. The show's biggest point is its story and music. Both were handled by the man of the hour, the amazing Mynodex. He's also the main reason of this anime marathon, but more on that later. For the most part, it does feel like a slice of life anime, and it is, in its core, a slice of life anime. It has a very light and comical tone to it, but by the end of each episode, as with the whole series in general, it hits you with a sort of melancholy in its closing remarks. Pair that with an amazing ending song composed by Maida-san, who also did most of the soundtrack in the series. This shit goes hard. Another big point of the show is its characters, which unfortunately is also one of its demerits. This anime has a big array of cast, and much of them receive about an okay amount of depth in terms of their backstory. The most interesting people are those whose backstory we actually get to see, but aside from that, the characters are your standard anime tropes. Each character that's not part of the main cast is given a quirk or two that runs as a gag throughout the show. And as someone who's seen this type of character writing in most slice of life shows, I normally just turn a blind eye to it. My issue, however, is that a lot of characters, minor and major alike, are treated at the same level of importance, whether it be screen time or personality in general. The only major factor that separates them from being a minor character is if they tell their backstories to our main character through flashbacks, and you only start to realize the actual main cast in the last few episodes, which is sort of a letdown for me, especially because there were some characters that I was really hoping they would have fleshed out more but never did. The show's animation on the whole is amazing. Action scenes were well directed, having Seiji Kishi handle the overall direction. Although it was a big aspect in a lot of scenes, the action was never really the focus of the story. But that doesn't stop me from appreciating how good they were and how well directed the scenes are. But aside from the action scenes, the animation in every other scene was great as well. It helped elevate the emotional substance and just made for a beautiful atmosphere that most likely was the show that stapled in that PA Works look. Though it had some flaws, Angel Beats is a solid high school drama with emotionally captivating moments. And it may not leave the audience with a message, it does leave you with a heavy impression in your heart feeling connected to these characters. I recommend it to anyone who's looking for a good 13-episode watch that's worth their time and tears. Even those who aren't really looking for sad animes should give this a try, because if there's one thing that Mafu Tofu taught me is that some people don't really eat it for the spice, they eat it because it's delicious. Hey, thanks for watching my review. I'm planning to do an anime watch marathon on most, if not all, of Maida June's adapted works. These are all in preparation for his latest anime, The Day I Became God, which I talked about in my last video. In that video, I said that I was gonna put it on hold until it finishes airing, so what better way to wait for it than to watch his previous works? And since I've already seen Charlotte and Clannad, that means I'm gonna have to rewatch both of those as well. I'll try my best to write a review on each one, maybe even just cram it into one whole video that also talks about the creator himself. But anyways, that was all for today, and I hope to see you soon in the next videos.